Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about how the NFA is unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional. Got that out of the way. Also, in 2017, the 1934 Gun Control Act, which we call the National Firearms Act, is obsolete. Modern technology has rendered this unconstitutional act obsolete. When the guys drafted the act, they wanted to ban everything they could. They wanted to ban handguns. Yes, they were originally listed in the NFA. They wanted to ban handguns, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, suppressors, any other weapons, which was a catch-all phrase. Basically, they wanted to ban everything but muskets. And they succeeded. And they put a $200 tax on those items, which was meant to be prohibitively high because it was 1/3 the cost or more of a new car back then. Now, fortunately, the tax hasn't gone up with inflation. If it had, nobody could afford to buy short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, or anything like that. It would be completely out of the reach of common, regular Americans, just as those firearms were back in the 1930s and 1940s. So modern technology has rendered this unconstitutional piece of legislation completely obsolete. In a case in point, I have a BCI Defense AR-15 pistol here in my hands. It has SB Tactical, PDW, collapsible brace system, and it has the Dolos 2 quick barrel removal system. You've seen this before here on the channel. Basically allows the operator to quickly take a barrel off and put it back onto their pistol or rifle. Again, this is a pistol. You can see that is denoted here in the serial number, which is PL0039. So, the gun also has a Recce 5.56 suppressor on the end, a Trijicon MRO with a Midwest Industries quick detach base mount system, and then again this SB Tactical collapsible PDW brace. Had those guys seen this gun, they definitely would have included it in the NFA. They would have wanted this gun banned because they were trying to ban everything anyway, and this thing certainly would have got them into a tizzy. There's one more feature of this gun I want to show you guys. I'm going to go ahead and extend the brace. And hold on, let me do a few shots here, then I'll show you the other feature that also renders the NFA obsolete. There's a target about 50 yards down range. It's a challenge target. I'm going to go ahead and hit it a couple of times. Right, so I think we'd all agree that's just a standard old 5.56 pistol. But wait a second, ever heard of the Echo trigger system? Check this out. Yeah, the guys in 1934 would be freaking out right about now. This thing I jokingly call the NFA Nut Kicker. Everything about this gun would just anger the snot out of those guys in 1934, and they most certainly would have tried to ban it. The act is unconstitutional and obsolete. So we're going to play with this little toy out here this afternoon to enjoy this wonderful piece of technology that is 100% ATF approved.
Just can't help myself, have to do that.
In the opening of this video, I was being a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I honestly do believe that the NFA is unconstitutional, shall not be infringed. I don't think the guys that authored the Firearms Act, National Firearms Act, really understood what infringed meant. They probably needed a dictionary. But yeah, it's definitely a clear infringement on our Second Amendment rights. But beyond that, I do honestly believe that technology in 2017 has surpassed the technology of 1934 to the point where guns like this really render the National Firearms Act to be obsolete. It just needs to go away. Good luck in fighting that battle and getting rid of it. I understand that, but really, guys, we need to focus at some point on just repealing the whole act. It's just a complete mess. So let's talk about some of the features on this handgun. The only registered item on the gun is this Recce 5, which is a 5.56 suppressor. Take it off here for you guys. So it's a very small little suppressor. It is machine gun rated, which is a good thing because we have the Echo trigger in here. You will notice that the muzzle is set back behind the rail. This is the Dolos 2 quick barrel removal system. We can sell these. This is the longer rail. There is a shorter rail that's available. This is a 10.5-inch faxon barrel. And you do not want to fire these with a muzzle device inside the handguard. I do have a blast diverter that I run on this gun when I don't have a suppressor on it that keeps the gases from damaging the handguard. So again, that's the only registered item on the gun. Everything else is 100% ATF approved. Now I know some of you guys are going to argue with me on the brace, but yes, the brace is ATF approved. SB Tactical has a letter saying the braces are legal to sell. It does not change this handgun into a rifle. I know a lot of you guys are going to reference the letter from SHOT Show a couple of years ago where the NFA or the ATF came out and said, "Oh, if you touch this to your shoulder, you're going to prison," or that becomes a felony or some such nonsense. I don't know of anybody that's actually been prosecuted under that. There's been one example that some folks have held up. I believe it was in California, where a guy was arrested for committing robbery with an AR-15 that had a brace on it. But the problem is that guy had taken a rifle and converted it into a pistol, which was already against the law. It had nothing to do with the brace. So let's talk about the features, get back to that. So we have that 10.5-inch faxon barrel with the key mod rail, which is part of the Dolos system. The Dolos has this locking collar right here. So this is where the Dolos 2 changes from the Dolos 1. The Dolos 1 was strictly a friction fit. This one, you have this little tab you can pull down, turn the handguard, and just pull the barrel out of the gun. You do want the bolt in the rearward position when you do this. To put it back together, you just line up the gas tube, drop it in place, and twist. The Dolos kit will work on any standard mil-spec rifle. It really is intended for 5.56 and calibers like that, 300 blackout. We do know some guys have used it with other calibers like 458. Now, whether or not it's really rated for that, I don't know, but I've just strictly ran 300 blackout and 5.56 with the Dolos system. But other folks have even done 9mm kits with them. Coming back here is that SB Tactical brace. Now, it does have the hole back here, so in the strap, so you can put it on your forearm if you want. You have two separate positions on it. You can put it in the mid position, which is right there, and then the fully collapsed position. That's as short as it gets. So you'll see me using the braces all the time here on the Military Arms channel. I'll put it to my cheek like this. Sometimes you'll see me fire them from under my arm. The brace is really useful for that. It was designed for a veteran that had limited mobility, and it was originally designed to be strapped to the forearm, which it does help in that regard. I just don't like to do that because it kind of permanently attaches me to the gun. If I want to put it down, I have to unstrap myself. So I just kind of run the braces as a side brace, a cheek brace, or if I need to, sometimes it'll come back and touch the shoulder. Am I going to go to federal prison for that? I don't believe so, but I'm not a lawyer. I'm not telling you to do that, but you'll see me do it here on the channel whenever I need to. It just happens occasionally. But the thing that's probably the most controversial outside of the brace system is the Echo trigger. This thing gives you semi-automatic fire in the standard semi-auto position, but it rotates back to what most people attribute to full auto, that position, the third position. And in this mode, it fires when you pull the trigger and it fires when you release the trigger. So it's very easy to get quick double taps, boom, boom, that fast. And then you can increase the cadence. As fast as you can pull the trigger and release it, the gun will continue to fire. Boom, 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 boom. You'll hear it has kind of a stuttery cadence because it's not a true machine gun. It's just firing 2 rounds at a time very quickly. A lot of people have asked, well, what happens when you have an echo mode and you pull the trigger, the gun cycles, and you don't want to fire that second round for whatever reason? All you have to do is put the gun into semi-automatic mode or into safe, and it won't drop that hammer. Put it back into fire mode, it fires. So this little gun is a pretty handy little proof of concept. I have a lot of things on this gun that I really like. I really like this SB Tactical brace, this new PDW. We have these at Copper Custom for $235. I am becoming a huge fan of the MROs. I'm starting to put them on all sorts of guns. I've had very good luck with them. I think I have 4 of them now. And then the Midwest Industries base, which is a quick detach. You have a little button here in the front. You push that, flip this lever out, and the sight just pops off. You put it back on, flip the lever, locks into place. I've had really good luck with the Midwest Industry mounts. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's what we're out here shooting today. It's a lot of fun. The ammunition, if you're curious, is Freedom Munitions, which is 55 grain ball. Now we're going to go back to the 75-yard line, do a little bit of shooting with it. I'm going to take the barrel off and put it back on. We're shooting at an 8-inch ringer at 75 yards. I should be able to hit that ringer. Even though I've taken the barrel off and put it back on, it should go right back to 0. I'm going to show you guys that and kind of prove it to myself. This is the first time we've had this new pistol out to the range. All right, guys, we're back at the 75-yard line. I have a little ringer. It's about that big downrange. I'm going to see if I can hit it. All right, so you can see that I was hitting the steel ringer from 75 yards, and now I'm going to go ahead and clear the weapon. Put the round back in the magazine. Now I am running a standard weight pistol buffer and spring. I'm not running a heavy buffer because of the suppressor. It seems to be running just fine with the standard military or mil-spec bolt carrier. Now what I'm going to do is lock the bolt to the rear, remove the gun's barrel, put it back on the gun, go ahead and load her back up, see if she maintains 0. Yeah, so there you guys go. Now what we're going to do is finish out the magazine in the creek. Hold on, that wasn't nearly enough for my enjoyment. Yes sir, I love the Echo trigger system, and I love the NFA Nut Kicker. Look at all the oil coming out of that gun back in my face. Oh, I bet I got a black mark. I got a black mark. Okay, well, yeah, overcast just a little bit. In anticipation of the question, how well does an 80s hip fire? Now we're going to find out. Just awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed coming out to the range today and playing around with the pistol that we're jokingly calling the NFA Nut Kicker. It's been a lot of fun out here playing with this system. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Also, we do sell pretty much everything you see on this pistol at Copper Custom. Cool stuff like this, we always seek it out, try to find it, play with it. If we like it, we'll put it online for sale at Copper Custom. The SB Tactical PDW brace is something new that the guys rolled out at 2017 SHOT Show. We do have them for 235 bucks. We have both pistols and rifles from BCI Defense. These are made right here in Indiana, and these guys are actual manufacturers. They're machining their own uppers and lowers and T-handles and all that stuff, which is really nice. We'll talk more about them later. And then we have the Dolos system right here, which is the long railed section, but we do have the Doloses currently in stock, at least for today, and they're available for 200 bucks. We sell the Trijicon MROs, the Midwest Industry mounts, and we even have the Griffin Armament Recce 5s, Recce 7s, whatever you want. I love Griffin Armament. Also want to shout out to the guys at Silencer Shop. So anyway, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed coming out this afternoon. If you would like to support the Military Arms channel, you can swing by our Patreon page. You can subscribe to the channel there. Every little bit helps, and it helps us keep going and producing cool videos like this one. If you have any questions, you can ask those questions down below. I do try to stick around for the first couple of days after a video goes live to answer the questions you guys may have. Also, please swing by and check out Copper Custom. It's our online store. And if you haven't already, please check out full30.com. That's full30.com. We've taken all the web's best firearms content creators and brought them under one roof, and that is full30.com. Now let's check out with the mag dump on a 30-round magazine. Oh my God.